Hello, people. How are you? So, yeah, Sharhead back here again. Block 5 and of my chess journal. So, today's game was an interesting game. Yes, we both had our downfalls, both had our blunders, but my opponent did the ultimate blunder and had to pay the price. Excited to see the match? Let's head on. So, yes, what lesson I learned from today's game was that situation don't need to work according to our plan. We need to make our plan according to the situation. We need to improvise. So yeah, that's what I learned. So yeah, let's see the game and head on. Excited? Yeah, let's go ahead. So it started with normal e4, e5. Then now he played nf3, which is the simple opening. But now I turned it into bishop to c5. Now this is a variation which I love playing. Why? Because if if I let him capture my pawn at e5. Why? Because then I get to develop my pieces. I get an advantage of developing my pieces. Right. So yeah, that's what I did, and I kind of let him capture. And then I played my pawn up to d6, and then he ran back, and then I played bg4 and pinning his queen. Then he played bishop to b5, attacking my king. Now I could have played my pawn to c6, but I don't know why I played my knight. Why? Because I don't want to pin. Nobody wants to pin their pieces. But my reason was that this way, like if in case like I get to make him run away, then he kind of like will be able to. I would be able to develop this knight, right? And then I would also be able to use the pin. Okay, but he was smart enough. He played the pawn to e4, d4. Now what I did was I thought that if I capture the knight with my bishop, then he will capture with the queen, and then I will regain the extra pawn that I let him capture. But this did not happen. I captured the knight, and he doubled his pawn, but did not capture back. Did not capture back with the queen. So what I did ultimately, I had to move my knight to my bishop to d6, and then used the pin. Now my knight was in a dangerous situation, and he had a good pawn chain, but in the wrong direction because obviously I won't be castling the king side because anytime my pawns could be doubled. So what I did was I pushed my pawn to a6. He moved back. I gave him a check. Why a check? My intentions were that I knew that obviously that the check won't last long, but my reason was then I would be able to push the pawn and unpin myself. And then simplification. So what is simplification? Simplification means to simplify the game. Okay, that's the simplest, like weirdest definition. But simplification means that you allow you exchange equal pieces. So that's what was happening here. So yes, offered him my knight in exchange of the bishop, and like it was like if he runs away, then I will run away. But that did not happen, and the game would be played with two knights and a knight and a bishop. He could have had an advantageous situation, but he kind of wanted to simplify the game, so he captured. And secondly, I also had one more plan. Let me show you. If he had run away, then I could have moved my knight to e5, and then it would be a fork, right? But that did not happen. He did not run away. He captured with the pawn to c6. and then I captured back, and now we both have the open diagonals, open files to the castle side. Obviously, I can't castle the queen side, and he can't castle the king side. So yeah, it was clear from now that we will be castling the opposite side because of the open pawn. And then he kind of like brought his knight out, attacking my pawn. Well, I couldn't do very much about it, so I let it be that way. And then he kind of, I also developed my knight, and yeah, he was 2 pawns ahead. He castled, and now my attack was over the b2 pawn. And then I firstly I did not have any intention of castling because of such bad situation. If he kind of moves to g1, then this could be dangerous for me. So yeah, but I had no other choice because this gentleman right here was not allowing me to push the king forward I either, right? And now he was trying to like push the pawn. If I capture, like he was trying to create a some sort of dangerous situation for me here. But what I did was I pushed my queen here. My intentions were clear. I wanted to create a battery over the b2 pawn, but he was eager to exchange, and now I was attacking the knight. He brought his pawn ahead, and then I castled, and then he attacked. I attacked his queen. I he attacked my queen, and I readily eagerly accepted the exchange. He captured, and then he kind of came here a beautiful move to protect the a2 pawn. I captured, and he came in the center, controlling the fifth rank and the e file. So this could have been dangerous. Yes, I have control over the b file, but nothing much can be done right now. And now he attacked my rook, and then I captured the pawn. And now, can you notice this is a dangerous situation here? He has control over the e file, d file, and the fifth rank. So yes, the game continued. I kind of wanted to capture these 2 pawns, and yeah, he came back attacking my knight. I pushed my pawn forward. He pushed his pawn forward. I came back to nc6, and then he came here protecting the pawn with the support of the rook. And then my intention of going back to d8 were that in the next move I okay he came here at d5 attacking my rook. So I went to rh6. My intention were again to capture the pawns, collect the pawns. Now he kind of batteried. This could be dangerous, so I kind of blocked, and now he pushed the pawn forward. Now his intention was simple. He wanted to he wanted to capture this gentleman right here at c8, but I did not let that happen. I attacked the knight, and he came for an exchange. I came for an exchange, and then he kind of like I then pushed my knight for jumped my knight to d4, attacking his c6 pawn. He kind of captured. Then also captured the pawn, and now there was no uh, like no pawn pushing forward to make a queen. The lone pawn which had the potential was gone, and now yeah, another one was gone. Now why did I play this? Yeah, of course, for one reason my knight was under attack, so I had to play. Now check. Now this was a blunderous move. Why? Why I'm saying so? Because these two squares could have been safer for him, and he shouldn't have moved here at b2 or b1. Why? Let me show you. Now it is going to be a mate in 2 or 3. 1, He made the first move, one, two, and three. So yes, this is how I conquered the game. So yes, there were times in the game where situations did not go according to my plan, but eventually I improvised, and that's how I was able to, like, yeah, it was a part of the luck too. Maybe when I reach a higher level, people won't the scope of error would be less. But right now, let's enjoy the privilege. Let's keep the learning curve on. But yes, let's not make those mistakes again. So yes, that's what we both can learn from the game. He could have moved in these two square when the king was at c1. He should have moved here. This way, I couldn't have forced the king to move or move the king to a file or corner the king. But he made the error. But as I'm going to improve, as I'm going to move to the higher rating, higher ELOs, I am the scope of error would be less, and I'm looking forward for those challenges. So yes. So what did you learn from this game? What was your takeaway? And what did you think that about my learning from this game? Okay. Write down in the comments below your feedback, your suggestion, or anything you would like to say. And yes, thank you for your time. Let's meet in the next vlog. Bye.